Okay, so we've got some quests to hand in, and then the end of the act. Uh, there's been progress in freeing the animals. That is good to know. Truth be told, my animal spies have kept me informed. I have felt it necessary to carefully monitor the creatures involved. All the animals are free and safe. A pity that about the deaths among their captors. All life deserves a chance, but perhaps that was their chance. I would call the encounter a success, and must reward you accordingly. I am sure you will be pleased. Please accept this reward with my blessing, and that of the Earth Mother and Tree Father. You must agree that I'm worth more. Perhaps I could grant a bit more of nature's blessing upon you, but I cannot make this allowance again. This ironwood is as much as I can manage. The temple is severely strained in this time. That is sufficient, thank you. You have served the Earth Mother and Tree Father as well as could be done. Right, Moonstone Mask. Ooh, I'm breaking my earlier disgust of going into the Den of Iniquity. Oh well, let's get our iniquity on. Uh, is this is it? Is this it? Oh, can't click the sign. Yeah, the Moonstone Mask. In we go. Patrons, more patrons. Gillies, Ufala Chelderstorn, not Cheddarstorn. Probably don't want cheddar in your name if you're a prostitute. Torgo, what can I get you? I need a pass coin. I think that means. Let me see your wares. Let's see what he has. Last time I looked at somebody's wares, I got a bag of holding, which is pretty good. I like a bag of holding. Nothing useful really. Okay, let's go top top. She has a weird accent. That sounds sort of. And the music is ridiculously loud. Game sound options. I can hardly hear the people talking in here. Music volume. It's already at 10. Let's put it at 5. Um, yeah, it sounds like she's trying to do an English accent, but she's actually like German or Dutch or something. I have an art object you might be interested in. You do? I've been looking for a few things. Tell me, what is it you have? Uh, oh God, right, okay, I've got quite a lot. Describe the statuette from Androd Golden. Very good. I never did like this work, but I certainly couldn't allow him to retain this piece, especially not since things soured between us. Here, I'll pay you now for this piece. Excellent work. 400 gold should satisfy your pockets. There is more for you to retrieve. Return when you have it, and I'll reward you. I'll give you more when all three objects are in my possession as well. Describe securing the portrait from Thomas Rumbottom. Thank you. I never cared for his uncle, but Tom's had this painted on some rather sensitive parchment. I couldn't leave it in his care. Besides, this might get him off my back. He doesn't care much for the Moonstone Mask. I think he's got a condition. Wait, is she saying he's gay? Or is she saying he's got an STD? Because either way, that's not okay. Here, I'll pay you for this piece. Excellent work. 400 gold should satisfy your pockets. There is more for you to retrieve. Return, blah, blah, blah. Describe securing the urn from Hodge. There's no real value to the urn, But I love messing with Hodge. If you happen to spoil some scheme he was working on, all the better. Here, I'll pay for now for this piece. Excellent work. 400 gold should satisfy your pockets. That's the last of them. These items were very personal to me, and I'm more than willing to sweeten what I have already paid. Here, take this 400 gold and a little something special. You deserve it. You must agree that I'm worth more. You drive a hard bargain, but I suppose it was worth it. Uh, this this was a headache I'm glad to have cured. This diamond is all I can afford. The plague has really cut into our clientele. That's sufficient, thank you. Please feel free to spend some of your reward in the back room, provided you have met the conditions for entry, of course. Feel free to ask. This is nothing but a house of ill repute. Look, there's nothing going on here but the consensual exchange of gold for service. Besides, most people just want to talk. I'd suggest you control your outbursts if you wish to remain in my good graces. I've no patience for false purity. It's not false purity. Do come again. We're always open. Okay, Gillies, let's have a look. I sense the stink of tear upon you. I hear that Olaf has you running errands. Maybe it displeases you. Care to hear an offer? I'll listen. What is it you wish to say? Oh, so polite. Bah, I've no use for your manners. Can you steal and can you kill? That's what I need. I do not commit evil acts. I'm sure your quaint morality lets you sleep deep and long. Come back when you tire of being an errand boy for Tyr and Olaf. My viewer count still isn't working properly. That's obnoxious. Let's try refreshing. Not that the viewer count particularly matters, but I'd like to know when there's actually people watching. Yeah, it's the counting 1 for some reason. Did I open this? Yeah, I imagine I opened most things. Right, what else do I have to hand in? Black Crate. Oh, those are completed quests. Meldanon Estate Entrance. And the Masterson Amulet. Arrangement whereby the Master... Gallic has left them high and dry, however, opting to keep the amulet for himself. Yeah, I couldn't find that. And I can't seem to get back to where I killed Calic. So I guess I'm not doing that mission. I did pick that up. It's at a funny angle round the back of it, so I didn't know if I would have spotted it when I came round last time. Okay, so Sharwin, Grimnaw, Dalen, and Linu. My blade is yours to command. Oh, nice. I just want to stop for a while. My strength is in weapons, not words, Tam. I want you to continue your story from before. I know I shall probably never find my brother's brooch again, Tam, but I shall not give up hope. Without it, my vision quest will never be revealed to me. Is this the brooch you were looking for? My mother's brooch. Thank you, Tam. I can never repay you for this gift. I have no gold or treasure to reward you, but there is one small thing I can offer. A small token, perhaps, but it is all I have. Among my people, there is nothing we value more than friendship. You have proven yourself a true friend, Tam, so I give you this amulet as a sign of the bond we share. Thank you, Dallin. Because of you, Tam, my vision quest can continue. I will keep my mother's brooch by my side so it may guide me upon my quest. But until I receive a vision to guide me on my quest, I'll remain by your side. One thing, uh, once more, I thank you for finding my mother's brooch, Tam. Okay, back to Tommy, and then Grimnaw. Yes. Then together we shall rain blood and death upon the world. You're a bit of a douchebag, Grimnaw. I just want to stop for a while. Conversation is the one way to pass the time until the Silent Lord comes to claim us. What do you wish to speak about? I want to continue your story from before. I will not rest until I find the ring that proves Alaganda has been taken by the Silent Lord, though I know my chances of success are few. I have the ring here with the falcon on it. Is this the ring? Yes, this is Alaganda's ring. This is the proof I need. Now I know she has been taken by the Silent Lord. She was a fool to flee. There is nowhere we cannot run that death cannot find us. I have no gold or treasure to reward you, but there is one small thing I can offer. A small token, perhaps, but it is all I have. You have proven yourself a true servant of the Silent Lord, Tam. Take this amulet. All who join the Long Death are given a similar talisman. Thank you, Grimnall. It will not save you from the Silent Lord when he finally chooses you, but it will grant you some protection from succumbing to those who would deliver you from his grasp before your appointed time. Eventually, I will return to my order and report Alagondor's death to them, but this can wait until your mission here is done, Tam. The mark of death is upon you, Tam. As long as I stay by your side, I know I serve the will of the Silent Lord. Let's get round and talk to Linny. Oh, it's Sharwin. Good. Let's go. Ah, I just want to talk for a while. Talk about what, Tam? I want you to continue your story from before. There is no more story time. My mother is dying. I hope to find a potion she needs to save her life. It's just something I have to do. Is this the potion you were talking about? It is indeed. How did you come across something that can only be made on another plane? However, well, I won't question it. Thank you, Tam. I'll have this sent to Mother as soon as possible. You've made me feel much better. Here, take this. It's a belt that belonged to Dannon that I've saved. I want you to have it. Hopefully, it will serve you well. Thank you, Sharwin. I'm not used to the kindness from others, Tam. I will not forget this. Let us just proceed with your mission now. Okay. Um, right, journal. Journal? Yeah, it's journal. Just Linu's tale. I imagine it's not worth doing the Meldan in a state entrance, so we'll go use the Stone of Recall. And then it's just this one. Linu. Mm-hmm. I shall try to breathe life back into you and your quest. I just need to talk for a while. I love chatting with you, but don't you think we should focus on your mission right now? Tell me more about your story. I know I shall probably never find the chalice again, Tam, but I shall not give up. I must return it to my people to restore my honor. Is this the chalice you were talking about? The silver chalice of Moonbow? Thank you, Tam. I can never repay you for this gift of true friendship. There is something I have that might be of some use to you. This is the pendant of the elf, and has the power to enhance some of your abilities with those of the elven ancestors. You've proven this day that you're a true friend to the elven people. This pendant only works for those who prove such worthiness. I am proud to be able to call you my friend, Tam. Thank you, Linu. Because of you, Tam, I can return the chalice to where it belongs. I shall protect it with my life until an opportunity arises for me to visit Everesca. Until that time, I shall remain by your side and help you achieve your goals. Thank you again, my dear friend. Excellent. Uh, I think it's just Wailing and Watcherdavians now. Oh no, Nervar's Tomb. Right, let's save. Head back to the Black Lake District. One more time, we will try to defeat Nevar's Tomb. Then its ridiculous swords. Well, we'll probably come back afterwards, after we've done some of that too, if we fail, but It's a bit of a pain in the backside. Oh no, I've still got Linu. Do I have no? Yes, I've still got Linu. Actually, Linu might be all right. Can actually get healed. I'll give her a go anyway. Where am I going? Oh, it's this way. Charge! Right, let's get down there and then I'll save once I'm in the bottom. Oh, I thought it was. Oh, it's down here. Oh yeah, that's just somebody's house. It looks like a church. Speak the word Halueth. Get here and save. And then, oh yeah, sorry, inventory. Potions. Don't need bark skin. Don't need lore. Don't need clarity. Cat's grace, no. Endurance, we'll drink that. Oh yeah, I should look at what their amulets do. Amulet of the Long Death, examine. Gives you +1 constitution. What does my current amulet do? Gives you +1 saving throws will. +1 constitution sounds good. Oh, I've got unidentified boots as well. I don't even have any boots. Um, Pendant of the Elf gives you +1 dex. Don't need that. And whereas the Amulet of the Red Tiger Tribe gives you +1 strength. +1 strength increases my hit and damage. I think that's the one to go for. Amulet of the Red Tiger Tribe. Right. And I got a belt from one of them, I think. No. Oh, I've got some books to read as well. Oh, sounds like somebody's got a dodgy stomach. Belt, a hero. Belt of the Performer. +1 charisma, +1 perform, +1 persuade. And oh, +1 charisma, actually, that's useful. I was thinking charisma wasn't useful, but it is. What does this do? Spell resistance is 12. I think we'll go for Belt of the Performer, although it doesn't really help until I get another charisma. But it's not bad. Torn's Ring. This ring is a simple metal band with a short inscription. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't get rid of that. Right, so we want a potion of bless, potion of speed. Oh, that's invisibility. Potion of endurance, potion of bull strength, potion of speed. Should do the trick. Where are we? Use, 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 use. Here we go. Well, she didn't last even as long as Tommy. Oh, am I going to die, or am I going to be able to get back? I'm going to die. And I didn't save. So that my phone's rebooted. Load. Right, so I want that belt. I want that amulet. I want A bunch of potions. But let's go back to base. We'll get Tommy. Yes, and dialogue. Let's go back down. We'll quick save here. And then try and use some potions. Inventory. Right, so bless, use endurance, use bull strength, use speed, use, and then go. I want to go to the right and then get in there. One down. Oh no, wait, I mean, that's Tommy down. Well, this is good. I've flanked it so only two of them are attacking me. There we go. I think we'll go and get Tommy back while we can. In dialogue, and we'll have a wee cheeky health potion. And portal back. Hopefully, stop killing Tommy as soon as I get here. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get through them now that there's only two attacking me. Yeah, it seems to be working a bit better. 17 damage with a swing. That's pretty badass. Also parrying a bit more. That's what I get for looking at my chat. Load, yes. But we know how to do it now. So inventory, potion of bless, or potion of bless, use endurance, will strength, speed, and then head on in. Come on. Head back to base. Get Tommy back. Yas, and dialogue. Get that. Oh, I forgot to do F2. Give myself Oh, that's what I did do actually. Drink a potion. Right, this should work now. And even stronger. 15 damage with one swing. God, what a badass. Right, back to base. Let's drink some more potions. And then we'll desperately need to pee. And dialogue. Right, we're going back down. Ooh, Tommy's surviving a long time this time. One more sword. Come on. There we go. Right, back to base. Just like the ultimate cheating way of of completing a hard encounter in Neverwinter Nights. Get this back. And let's put some new potions in the stack that's on the hotkey. Because it doesn't, it's only ones that are actually in the stack that you hotkey that you can access from the hotkey. Enter the portal. Right, we should be able to take it now. Don't die, Tommy. I said don't die. Oh yeah, I've got. Wait. Oh no, they've got cleave. Right. So when they take out Tommy, they get a free attack on me. Because I didn't take cleave. Um, but I probably should. There we go. Let's rest. Go on, action music, become passive music. There we go. I don't know if there's another fight here, so we'll save. Great Axe +1, Halloweth's rusted armor. Its armor once belonged to Lord Halloweth Never, but it's barely survived the ages. It was exposed to a damaging amount of moisture over time, and although you can still see the quality it must have once had, there's light etching throughout. There's light etching throughout, including a faint image of the symbol of Tyr. It remains an important artifact for Neverwinter, even if it should never see combat again. Oh wow, it actually has base armor class 8. Is that suit of full plate? Oh, let's take it, and then we can work out afterwards. I know you can't bear this much weight and keep up. I think that's better than my armor. Well, my armor's magic, but mine's 6 and it's +2. That one's got base armor class of 8, which is pretty badass. I assume it's the quest reward. No, I mean the quest item. Right, back to base. We'll get Tommy back. Hand this in. And then we can complete the whaling and the Water Davians. Oh yeah, this door's been locked the whole time. I've not been able to get into it. Secrets. Wonder what's there. I hope there's been some progress with the search for Halloweth Never's tomb. It would raise the spirits of the city. I have an artifact from one of the tombs. You do? Wonderful. Please tell me what it is that you have found. Describe the recovery of Halloweth Never's rusted armor. His very armor and the location of his tomb. Who would have thought that it was just beneath the surface amidst so many others? It speaks of his desire to be known as just another Neverwinter. Despite his greatness, he never forgot his home. As I said, you are rewarded. Here, take this 200 gold. It's not much, but there is more to come. You could, you have, shut up, Alexa. You have retrieved more and what we could have hoped for. A grand triad of artifacts, more than worthy of Nevar's legacy. We will, uh, we will guard well these items and the tombs they were found in. Take this amulet and go with the blessings of Tyr. You must agree that I'm worth more. Perhaps I could see fit to grant you another boon of Tyr, but I cannot make this allowance again. This adamantine is as much as I can manage. The temple is severely strained at this time. That's sufficient, thank you. The Temple of Tyr, and indeed all of Neverwinter, thanks you for your service. Thank you for your stuff. Oh yeah, I should go to the shop. I've got something. I've got a diamond, so I can upgrade my sword. I think. I should also sell this damned axe. Acquire temple services. sell. Although great axe would be fun. I should have used axes instead of longswords because I'm called Tam Axlia, and it would be an amazing pun. In for certain values of amazing. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of a copper necklace. An unidentified amulet. Let's have a look. It is will amulet of will. Sell that. Don't need fleur spurs. Don't need a fire agate. Don't need a vanilla pope. Don't need a silver ring. Don't need a whatever that is. Let's identify these boots. Identify. Boots of reflexes +3. Gives me +3 reflex save. That's probably quite useful. Boots of sun soul. Boots of striding. What do these do? Constitution. Ooh, Constitution +1. No, that's fine. I'll use the reflex save ones. Let's sell that. I know that the long death is the +1 Constitution one. That's not bad. Pendant of the Elf, I think, gives you Dex, which I'm never going to use, so sell it. Oh, you can't sell it. Oh, they upgrade them later, don't they? Spoilers. Right, what else? Oh, it doesn't stack. I want to look at recipes for the forge. Armor and axes, where maces and the like. Blades both sharp and true. No, that's a magic greatsword. Sword Saint Katana. Adamant, no. Astral Blade Longsword requires a diamond and a magic longsword. Diamond, magic scimitar, magic short sword. Two-bladed sword. Okay, well that's fine. Because I've got... Why am I moving so... Oh, because it's the wrong camera view. So I need to go to the shop, go to the forge, and get... chuck in a diamond and... chuck in a diamond and... cake. Not cake. No, a diamond and my sword. And I should get a better sword. I should have done this ages ago. Moonstone Mask, Shining Knights and Armor. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, it's the place with the annoying dog outside. I'll have to remember that for the future. How do I put one of those in? Split. There we go. One. Okay. There's one, and then I need. Oh yeah, I need my sword, which I'll presumably have to take out of being equipped, and then put it in here, and then speak to Marok. I'd like you to make an item for me. Okay, I see there's some stuff on the anvil. Let me look and see what I can construct for you. This is interesting. By adding a diamond to your magic longsword, I can make an astral blade longsword. But this job isn't cheap. It will cost you 500 gold pieces for me to make this for you. Payment in advance, of course. Here's your 500 gold. Always a pleasure doing business with a fine man such as yourself. Stand back. You don't want to catch a hammer in the head. There you go, sir. Quick as you please. You can pick up the item from my forge. Ah, astral blade. What does it do? It does plus 1d4 sonic damage. Should really have done that before I went and fought the guys. There's no crafted shields there, which is a bit weird. Through here. Oh. I think that's everything. So let's go and hand in the last Water Davian creature thingy. and get the extra stuff. I have the last of the reagents for the Waterdavian creatures. Explain about the Dryad in the Black Lake district. Continue. The cure will now be ours, Tam. Neverwinter owes you a debt it can never repay. All I can offer is a small sum of 500 gold pieces. No need for gold. Your thanks is reward enough. Um, yes, I'm not going to be speaking very much for the next few minutes, it seems. Okay, Aribeth. Is there anything I should do? What happens now? Okay. So it's Deathler, Moss, and Alagondar. Just happy to help. We all sought a cure in our own way. Perhaps, although this is definitely your thuggish actions that it was definitely your thuggish actions that brought us to this point. You outstepped my Helmite brethren very effectively. Bravo. Of course, now is the time for you to step aside. The ritual will not require you. You may watch as we create the plague cure, but do not interfere. You do after the plague is cured. With a cure in hand, my reason for being in Neverwinter will be gone. I will be returning to Helm's Hold for a time. Beyond that is my own affair. Goodbye. Yes, let me concentrate on the ritual to come. Goodbye, Tam Axlia. I'm sure you're proud of all you've done. You should speak with Fenthic and Lord Nasher. I'm certain they would want to congratulate you. We'll begin the ritual when you're through with them. Fenthic. You found the Waterdavian creatures, allowing Deathzer and his Helmite brethren to concentrate on helping the spirits of the people. Now we can construct the cure and all will be well. I was happy to be part of the team. Yes, I knew you could be trusted, just as I knew Deathzer would prove crucial. Even now well, let's just say he's helping, despite what others think. Really, Fenthic? Now is not the time for such talk. Others will not understand like you do. Of course, of course. It's better that we look forward. In but a few moments we will have a cure. Uh, why did you hesitate to tell me something? Oh, it was nothing really. Something better left unsaid. It's a matter for Dexter and I alone. You can tell me. I've proven myself trustworthy. Yes, yes, you have, and I will not push you aside. I have seen my companions do that too much already. You see, Dexter has been pushed out of the plans for this ceremony. His efforts to help are ignored. My companions mean well, but they're too untrusting. Have you done something to help him? It's a small thing, really. I mean, he needs to help he needs help for the cure to work. He shouldn't be held back by his suspicions now. By suspicions now, he's proven himself. You see, for the cure to work, he needs to draw magical energy from the Temple of Helm. It's apparently very dangerous. It might kill him. Aribeth and the others would never allow it, so I gave him the key for the wards protecting Castle Never. The magic of Helm will aid in our spell. Doesn't that leave the castle unprotected? Of course not. I would never endanger the castle. Dessler and I simply channel a little Helmite energy to help the cure be as potent as possible. There's no danger. The wards are still in place. No one can enter or leave without alerting those of us with keys. What would Arabeth think of this? Arabeth, I love her dearly, but her eyes have been closed to the horror of the plague. By the horror of the plague. I must do this for the good of us all. You will see. Okay, goodbye. Yes, it is the best that I concentrate on what is coming. I will have to be very careful not to disturb the incantations Death utters during the ritual. I see you have not yet spoken with Lord Nasher. You should have played an you have played an important part, and should allow him to express his thanks. Fenthic says that he gave his ward key to Deathsir. Um, will things be getting back to normal now? Investigations in the dock suggest you knew Vengal blood cell. Ooh, failed. That's uh, that's an impressive persuade challenge. Ooh, he stole the cure. What a bad Hellmite. Why are you lying on the floor if you're barely injured? I guess I speak to Arabeth. People will think he did. He supported death, sir. Uh, if Deathster and his Hellmites are fake, where are the real ones? Uh, what will happen to Fenthic? Uh, oh, it's not. It's not allowing me to click. I'll go as quick as I can. Maybe I can catch up. Ooh, Road to Helm's Hold. Could I ask you some questions? Helm willing, I reckon you and I could wag our tongues all day. So you know Deathster, do you? At I do. First met the good man Deathster at the night of Shield meet. Must be an important fellow, 'cause the whole place shut down when he left for Neverwinter. Now he's back. Maybe things will start getting back to normal round here. Uh, right. Okay. I thought I'd be charging charging pretty fast into battle, but apparently there's some investigating still to go on. Let's have a look in this barn. Oh, let's have a rest actually. I was watching loads of videos and stuff about Vanilla WoW yesterday. Or not vanilla. Well, yeah, about classic WoW, I suppose they're calling it. And it looks quite fun. I'm not. It looks quite fun. I'm quite excited about it. It was like picking which class to play, and obviously I played it when it was out. Oh, is that? Oh, let's go in the front door of his house. Um, I'm thinking I might play a warlock. There's lots of things that I forgot about how good classic WoW was, or how good vanilla WoW was, um, that I was reminded of. Because it's just gradually been getting worse since TBC, or since Roth. Roth was good as well. To the point where I've played every expansion except um, what's it called, Battle for Azeroth. But I've gradually played less and less time in each one. So I think Roth I was subscribed for the whole of the expansion. Um, whereas I'm just going to rest. Um, Cataclysm, I did. I got fully geared for raiding. I got the absolute perfect gear. And then I think I did my first raid, and almost nobody had geared up for it. Um, and the guild was pretty shocking, and I just was like, "Oh, screw it, I'm going to quit." Um, and then I think I came back at the very end of Cataclysm to see the content, and they had Raid Finder then, so you could actually just go and experience the raids without being in a guild, which is quite bad for my way experience because it means I don't join a guild, and being in a guild's quite good. Because if you see the content, then why, like, I don't, you're not playing it for the gameplay. So you're playing it for the gear, the EP, I don't know what. That, like, yeah, there's better games. Don't kill me. I'll do what you say. Just don't kill me. Who are you? Answer. Hi, I'm Johnny. Me and Dad, we run this whole storehouse, but some cult took over a few weeks ago. People of the Eye. They killed lots of Hellmites, but left us alive to work. And now the boss, Deathsir, he's raising their dead bodies everywhere. Now Dad's dead, and there's zombies and stuff. I just want to work. I just want to sort the nails. Uh, know anything about the cult? They were here as spies, I think. Then one day they just killed almost all the brothers except Dumal. I don't know who they are. They worship something called the Old Ones. Must be some northern cult, maybe. Who's Dumal? Dumal, he used to be in charge, or at least close to it. I'm sorry, I really don't know a lot about how the hold was run. Dad kept up on all that. If work comes down, how about we do business? Simple business. Okay, I can do that, but it's got to be fair, or I'll get in trouble. If this blows over anyway. Okay. Do you have full plate plus one? I could use some full plate plus one. You've got everything plus one, it seems. Moonstone mask. Is that like a gimp mask or something? You got some good stuff for a store boy. Oh, another bag of holding. I think so. I think we'll be having one of those. That's what I was looking for. That's why I even bothered to try. And Tower Shield plus one. What have I got? I've got Tower Shield plus one. Cool. Let's start looting the place then. I forgot that there was more to do. I thought handing in the final part of the cure was the end of Act 1. But I'm quite glad there's this bit. It's really weird that uh, it tells the story like you're going on an extreme chase, and then slow down where you go and investigate this. There's like dungeons and things. I mean, yes, it becomes a really slow thing of looting as you go, and oh, a zombie lord. I best take that out. Kill for the cult. I as in the thing in your face, not I as in yes. Oh, do you know what happens when you're undead? I cast Turn Evil. Oh, it didn't work on the zombie lord. Oh well. He's almost done. Ooh, level up. Um, yeah, so I forgot that there's in vanilla there was like quests just to get your abilities, like quests that you only got for a certain class. I think that's why I started playing alts. Um, just to experience the quests. It wasn't to try the different classes or anything like that. That was didn't interest me at all. I wanted to do like there's a grand melee that you have to enter in order to get Fury stance on that's on an island off Ratchet that you have to swim to get to. There's a creepy bar in um, we're going Paladin. We're going Discipline. We're going Persuade. Okay. Yeah, there's a creepy bar in Stormwind that um, all your warlock quests are. There's like a summoning circle in the bottom, so that you learn to summon a void walker there, and you I don't know. I think you have to go and see a warlock in Ratchet as well in order to get your mount. Um, well, I forgot that's something that's really awesome as well. If you're a paladin or a um, warlock, you get your mount automatically, I think. Like you get the training for the mount for free. Um, for the level 21. There's more undead here. I'll not leave until I've. Oh yeah, he's here. Let's clear out the undead here first. Um, but like for druid, you had to because that's what I mained as in vanilla. You had to go to a cave and kill a moonkin um, on Darkshore just to get bear form. Uh, but the really amazing thing was in vanilla, you didn't know what you were getting. They were like, "Hey, we'll teach you how to teleport to this wonderful place," and you teleport to Moonglade, and the person in Moonglade's go and speak to the Great Bear Spirit, and the Bear Spirit's like, "Oh, okay, go and uh, go to this place in south of or east of Aberdeen, um, and battle the Moon Spirit or whatever that's there," and you have no idea what any of these are at the time. That's another book. I've got a backlog of reading as well. Uthgardt Barbarians. Good thing I didn't just go straight upstairs and skip this whole area. Uh, Whereas I leveled every single class in vanilla up to 60. So I did all the class quests, and I did the Paladin Epic Mount quest, and I did the um, Warlock Epic Mount quest. And I did the Hunter Molten Core, the leaf, Sacred Leaf, or what's it called? That was the one. That was probably my favorite quest in vanilla. Uh, Handle the trap. Oh, what? How did that kill me there? Uh, I haven't saved in ages, I don't think. Load game. What is that? 7:48, and it's now. Oh no! Wait, what? I did save. Load. Apparently, I saved this minute. So, okay, go and handle trap. Nice. Well done. Well, you can't pick that log. That's impressive. Uh, it's an impressive log. Oh, right. Actually, what I need you to do is follow, and I should speak to you. Speak to you. Oh, I thought um, I thought you needed to speak to him to get him to level up, but clearly not. Clearly just level if he's with you. Okay, let's rest. Oh, we can rest. Good. And then I'll try and bash it open with my super paladin strength. Uh, right, F2 and bash. Oh, it's not going to do it. Okay, can't get into that chest. Um, Yeah, and I was thinking about playing a warrior because you'll always get invited to groups. Locking mechanism in the door would allow you to open it or jam it closed permanently. Well, we should speak to the. Hey, I would have thought that killing the Hellmites of this place once would be enough, but no. Next thing you know, they're raising up all over. Lucky thing I trapped myself in here. Yeah, lucky, damn it. You're one of Deathster's men, not a trapped Hellmite. Deathster's men? Deathster is a tool like everyone else. Like you, some of us are just happy to serve. His time is done. He should have accepted the glorious role he was given. He only delays the inevitable. You, you will pay as well. And Neverwinter, the past comes to haunt, and you will be dead soon enough. Tell me where Deathster is. No more truth for you. No more. You'll learn what you need as you're fed through it. Ha ha ha. The locking mechanism in the door would allow you to open it or jam it closed permanently. I'm going to save because I want to open it and kill him, but I don't know if it'll let me do that. If I'm saving that, I will um, seal it. Yes, free, free. I tell the old ones of your foolishness and weakness. Your time it comes. No, no, I definitely don't want to do that. So let's quick load, load, load. Okay. Uh, Smash the lock and seal it. Forever, sealed forever. It changes nothing. Nothing. You'll pay. All of Neverwinter will pay. Okay, it's fine with me. Oh yeah, the Fenthic's probably down here. Dumal. I suppose being caged is better than torture, but at least during these sessions I could pass out if I tired of their rhetoric. During those sessions, rather. Who are you? How did you get here? The hold was my home until it was infiltrated. A third of our number were spies, betrayers. It was terrible. They killed most of us, but we weren't even their target. It was just, oh, excuse me, to support an attack somewhere else. A day ago, Deathster returned and seems to have a new plan. I thought I was dead for sure, but I think he's forgotten about me. What have you heard? What's happened here? Screams, mostly. I think something has gone wrong for these cult invaders. I think their agents in Neverwinter are being abandoned. Deathster led them, but he's no longer needed for some reason. Next thing you know, he's raising undead all over. It's disgusting. Looks like he's trying to gather power from himself, but I doubt this old one cult will be impressed. Whether he's one of these people of the eye or not, they seem done with him. I have to find Lester. I have to find Deathster. I have to go. I'd come with you, but it wouldn't be any help. I'm far too weak. If you have any other questions, I'll be here until the fighting stops. Sure. But yeah, the other thing is in vanilla, leveling was such a huge time sink that I don't want to. Well, one, it's going to be pretty terrible for streaming because there's a couple of. Oh, because apparently it's one of the heaviest, most heavily streamed and not very watched games on Twitch because it's not particularly exciting one to watch. Although learning to PvP, I probably play PvP because I played PvE mostly in vanilla. Um, but uh, but yeah, it's such an incredible time sink that I'm not sure I'd want to play it again. Also, I'm not sure that you would pay to play it and go. Um, I'm not sure if you'd pay to subscribe for Classic WoW and then realize it was irritating and boring shortly in. Certainly, unless there's a huge boost in the population of warriors, then but the problem is if there's a huge boost in the population of warriors, they're gonna get a shock because warrior in vanilla was probably the hardest class to level. Rogue was pretty hard too, but I think warrior was the hardest class to level. You couldn't do any elite quests on your own. You um, just questing on your own, you were constantly eating, and if you pulled an extra, that was the thing in vanilla as well. Like if you pulled an extra mob, it wasn't a minor thing. It would probably kill you if you pulled two mobs when you meant to pull one. But then maybe we were all just bad players in vanilla. I don't think we were though. The difference is if you were playing well, you could take two if you were a druid, but it required you to well, for one, it took ages, and for two, it took quite a lot of bouncing between forms and healing yourself up, and like using nature's grasp. Or no, nature's grasp was a talent in vanilla, but yeah, it took a lot more skill. But with a yeah, with a rogue, you would have to blind them, or something, or gouge them, and then head up back onto your main target, which is something that you never have to. You just AOE everything down now when you're leveling. Um, and but then if you played a paladin or a hunter, this is why paladins and hunters were jokes in vanilla. Leveling was unbelievably easy. You could AFK and level. Um, which is why I mean, almost all of the hunters in vanilla utterly sucked unless they were rerolls. And But then there were some that were just absolutely amazing. And if you were good as a hunter, you could do really absurd things because they had such a cool tool set. I originally raided as a druid and then changed to a hunter because my guild was short on competent hunters, and I was getting really bored of healing is completely unforgiving as well because you're raiding um, 5 nights a week, and you're raiding 5 nights a week or 6 nights a week if you normally there was like an optional extra one, and there was one day off, and then you probably raid in the day off as well, doing something like Zolgarub or AQ20. Um, uh, but then in the morning, in the daytime before the raid, you had to farm herbs for your potions or gold to buy potions. You had to get enchants for all your gear, although the number of people who didn't have enchanted gear was ridiculous. Um, and then you had to go to like there was plants and fellwood or something like that. You needed like special things that they gave you a buff, a temporary buff. I think there was something to do with Ungoro soil. So you needed to have like a thing in your bag where you were constantly cycling through Ungoro soil to get stuff. And Morrow grain that you bought from Darnassus. But I can't remember what for. Um, and yeah, then you'd be in a guild where you were uh 10% of you were doing this, and you know 20% of your guild were AFK when they were doing fights. You also needed to have 40 people organized, and despite specific breaks, people would wander off when there were pools happening, and it was just the whole thing. Yeah, it was a bit of a pain, and uh, you don't understand how much of an amazing if you've started playing recently, you don't understand how much of an amazing difference flex rating makes. Um, and the other thing is if you're in a serious progression guild, my guild had a rule where they had what were there 8 classes. They had the same number of every single class. But the one strict progression guilds, oh, Guardian armor. Animated armor looks battle ready but shows no sign of movement. It stares intently at the altar in the center of the room. Pedestal. So I can put something in here and activate these armors, I suppose. Let's save. Um, Actually, I should probably go back and finish clearing that. Uh, yeah. Uh, so it got to a point where there are certain classes that just wouldn't be invited at all uh, to to raids in vanilla. I think rogues got to that point. You couldn't play any spec except healer if you had a any class that had a healing spec. Uh, Healing was the only thing that was acceptable to play, except at the very end, I think Shadow Priest became completely ridiculous, which is I think is the patch that they're playing. I think it's the very last patch of WoW. So if they keep the balance the same, there was a thing where three Shadow Priests and a Warrior soloed a boss in Nax 40, and Nax 40's difficulty level was I think there's fights that had the same damage in Nax 40 as they did in Nax 25. So two expansions later, and they were still doing the same amount of damage. Just to let you know how much ridiculous amounts of damage they were doing. I don't think Patchwork was like that, but yeah, they were just it was an absurdly hard instance. Like 0.1% of the players completed it or something like that. It was quite impressive. Right, so I want to go back into the previous room and finish clearing that building. It was incredibly frustrating as well because my guild, we were like the second top raiding guild in the on the server, and we kept on having like a throughput of people either burning out or moving to the top raiding guild, and so we um, you're constantly taking people from blues or you know really rubbish vendor not vendor BOE epics and things like that, um, and pushing them towards getting geared. But the older people in the guild always wanted to do the cutting edge progression. I remember doing a forum post saying what we need to do is spend 10 weeks doing nothing but molten core, Blackwing Lair, Zul'Gurub, and AQ20, and then we'll be able, we'll the amount of difference that we get from all those items, because you get so many more items from doing those and clearing them than you do from dying on bosses at AQ 40. Then when you go back to AQ 40, you're doing like 20% more DPS. The boss becomes 20% easier. Your tanks are taking less damage. Your DPS is doing more damage. Oh yeah, I was talking about earlier that you do all this preparation, um, and um, but not everyone else in the guild was doing it. There was a rep thing for leatherworking because I'd switched over to my hunter, and I was doing Silithus rep, which allowed you to get all the crafted nature resistance gear. And it turned out, and because I'd been farming it, I had I had a bunch of the mats anyway because I'd been farming for rep from the Silthids. I'd skinned a whole huge amount anyway. So I said to the rogues in our guild, "Hey, do you guys want me to make you nature resistance gear?" And none of them had bothered to make nature resistance gear, despite the fact we were dying on Hahurin every single week. And the whole thing of Hahurin is she's she was a progression test that meant you needed um, nature resistance gear. So the rogues were just dying every week to her abilities, and the healers were, struggling to keep them up because they just didn't bother. And then yeah, we did that, and then the week after we killed the boss because somebody had actually gone and done the work for them. But you have to do the work in vanilla, whereas it's not. I don't know. Compared to now, it's. I think people have pretty rose-tinted spectacles about how it was, and I don't think people will be willing to put the work. I don't think many people will be willing to put the work in to actually be successful in vanilla. Yeah, it's also, unless if you're not a warrior or a priest, group invites are a pain in the backside for just doing 5-man dungeons. Uh, all right, this is the same place. Oh wait, no, I just went in a circle. Um, but the leveling content's fun, and also towards the end of vanilla, they added stuff to bridge the gap between um, leveling and raiding, because there was a whole section where um, you would do there's the tier 0 set, which is the blue. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong way as well. Um, there was the tier 0 set, which was your dungeon set. Oh, strange visage. Let's have a look. Okay. Uh, who commanded Deathster to do all of this? I'm grateful. Will you help me find him? Okay. 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 I think I already. I, I I'm not sure what I meant to do. It looks like I've cleared all this. Um, what was the saying about vanilla? Yeah, that people slack off. Uh, yeah, tanking was a lot harder as well. You actually needed to um, get notice what aggro you had on things and keep aggro on different things. The power with the proper tome, you could activate the power of this altar. Well, I don't have the proper tome, so I won't be doing that. Um, so I don't know if WoW Classic's going to be good. I mean, it was a really fun game, and it was great community building because you didn't have looking for groups, so you always ended up playing with people in your guild or making relationships with other people and having friends lists and things like that. And you, well, you had a friends list full of warriors and priests that were willing to take you on. um, that were willing to take you on their dungeons. But yeah, it was a huge problem, the tank and healer thing, because even healing a 5 man, like I played as a druid, a raiding druid, and then I played as a priest in blues, and it was easier to heal a 5 man as a priest in blues than it was as a druid in raid gear. Um, just because you have as a druid, I think you had a once every 10 minutes, you had a well, let's turn on dead. Once every 10 minutes, you had an emergency instance heal to save uh, to save people. To save people. What we're talking about? Yeah, once every 10 minutes, you had an emergency instant heal. And let's kill the wraith. Whereas basically, priests had one every 30 seconds or something. Well, they had powered shield, which was already a huge um, heal, instant heal that had a piddling little cooldown. And then they had something else as well. I can't remember. Um, so it made healing in 5 mans utterly trivial compared to a druid. And I imagine paladins solo healing a 5 man as a paladin was even harder than it was healing as a druid because you didn't have heal over times. You didn't have you did have you had holy shock. I think um, was a heal that you had that was instant. So you probably had more instant healing than a druid did. It's also raid healing was unbelievably dull. Um, you would put a rejuvenation on somebody, and then you cast your highest rank of healing touch, and if they didn't need health when when the cast was about to complete, you had to cancel the cast and start again. Um, or you were raid healing, which was just easy. You just kept rejuvenations on people and cast regrowth when somebody was like really hurt. Um, but yeah, I think I raided with just about every class because I was a nutter. And my guild did would do like Onyxia runs, and when Onyxia and Molten Core were so trivial that you could take an alt in any gear to them. But then when you go from blue gear to Onyxia and Molten Core, they're not trivial at all. They were actually quite a challenge. Was there cursed warriors? I mean, they were really rough. We had I was in a smaller guild to start off with in vanilla before I think it was AQ that I started. Or AQ was um no, I must have started raiding before AQ, but it might have been around then. Um, and we tried to do raids previously in my old guild with an alliance with another guild, and it was we just got nowhere because again we didn't have like the full number of people and people didn't know what they were doing. It's not like you had strategy guides that you could just follow for every boss back then, or really easy websites and videos of things how things are done. There were like weird crappy diagrams that the major raiding guilds had done. Oh, there's enemies nearby. Let's go farther back and rest. Here we go. I think I would have broken this into 2 videos if I'd realised it was quite going to be quite this long. Let's save. Okay, I'll stop the video here, and then we'll do another one of the second floor. Uh, okay.